I'm Snodgrass, and welcome to episode 96. This is another video of my adolescent and young adult relationship series. And in this one, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to call this, if it looks like a duck. If it looks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So that's a pretty simple concept until you start applying that concept to relationships. And when you apply it to relationships, it gets a little fuzzy, because in society today there's all these designations of, you know, we're just you know, acquainted, we're friends, we're talking, and it moves on. And there is sort of a clinging to those labels that people rely on more than they rely on the action. So here's kind of my perspective on it. Things I have seen over the last 10 years. The guy and a girl in college, first thing that she does in the morning is text him good morning. You know, maybe a little smiley face emoticon. First thing he does when he gets that text is, hey girl, something like that. And the conversation throughout the entire day. Can't wait to see you at lunch. They go to lunch together and they talk, and then they go back to class. And let's get together tonight and study whatever, algebra. And the last thing is his text to her is like, well, it was a long day, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Hope you sleep well. Now, they're not official anything, but if you look at it from the outside, they're always together. They're always talking to each other. They're always texting each other. They're always behaving as if they are officially something. And this is where it begins. This is where I like to say, if it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, just because you call it we're just friends doesn't make it so. In young or adolescence, these labels are a lot more important than actually what's going on and what's happening. And so it looks like this sometimes in the high school. There's a guy, and he is in a relationship. They are going out. That's the status. They are status going out. But she goes to another school. And he meets a girl who they're just friends. He meets her before the first bell and walks her to class and sits with her in class. Then he walks her to the next class. All day they're Snapchatting, they're texting each other. All day throughout the day they're interacting. They sit together at lunch. He waits for her after lunch and walks her to class, and they laugh and they bump shoulders, and when they're in class together, they're sitting together, and he's, you know, playing with her ponytail. I've seen that. But they're just friends. Now, it looks like a duck to me. It looks like a duck because they're spending all of this time together. They're doing all of these things together. They're studying together on the weekend. They're meeting up for after band, whatever, you know. They're going to the football game together. Sometimes the official girlfriend is there too. And he wonders why his girlfriend is jealous of this other girl, because it looks like a duck. Quack, quack. I've seen this 10 times in the last 2 years where kids are in these relationships. And it doesn't stop with adolescents and young adults in college. You have to look at what you're doing, and you have to ask yourself, how am I behaving with regards to this other person? Am I behaving with this other person as if we're officially something? Now, if you're married and you're behaving this way with another person who is not your spouse, if it looks like a duck, you need to make a decision. that you are going to be faithful to the person that you have a relationship with. And you're not going to do anything with anyone else that could be mistaken for duck-like activities. Let me say that again. If you're talking, now there's a debate among some adolescents whether talking is exclusively one person, or you can be talking to multiples. But let's say you're in the situation where you are one-on-one talking to someone, and you have said, well, we are talking. You have defined your relationship as officially talking. That immediately changes the way you have to react to everyone else. If you are officially doing something with one person, then you need to change the way you relate to everyone else. You need to put a distance, a barrier, a margin. You need to put something in there. And if you get to the stage where you're going out with this person, then you need to put into place barriers that says, I am not acting like a duck with anyone else. I am not holding hands. I am not walking to class. I am not hanging on the very next Snapchat. I am not acting like a duck with anyone else. And if you get to the situation where you are married, now the barrier has to be higher and more rigid and more impenetrable. You have to intentionally make sure that you don't do anything that looks like you're pursuing or slightly in a relationship with someone else. And be sure that the people around you who are watching, they see a duck, they know it's a duck. And even if you're calling it not a duck, it's a duck. And the people around you are going to know. And they're going to question your character, and they're going to question your intentions. And if you are in a relationship, you're going out, or you're engaged, or you're dating steady, or whatever you want to call it, this person over here, then all of these other people, you have to change the way you relate to them, because you have made a commitment, you have made a decision to be in a relationship. I hope this video was helpful. I hope this video enlightens you a little bit as you move and mature through relationships, that as you have designated one relationship to be set aside and to be special, you de facto, automatically, by default, all other relationships have to take on a different characteristic, and those other relationships cannot look like a duck. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll share this video. Click that like button. Please click the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Leave me a comment or a question. If you have any thoughts or reactions to the things I've said, put that in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.